Hey, just a quick video on your 4L60E cooling line fittings there that bolt into the transmission. If you're ever taking these off, I'd highly recommend replacing the little O-rings in there, just because of how difficult it is to get access to it, especially when the transmission's in the car, and you'll get an annoying little leak there that's very hard to get to. So there's a little O-ring in there. I don't know if you can see it, and I've got this little bit of spring steel. One side's pointy, the other side's flat. It's a little tool I made up, and basically what you do is you just get in under it, and there she goes. It is a pretty tight fit in there. And there it is. Little O-ring. You can see that one. Well, you probably can't see it, but it has hardened, and it's also flattened out. And here I've got the new one, out of interest sake. I've got the verniers, and they are about 65 thou. The old one, it's flattened out about 4 thou. Quite often, if you leave the old ones, they will leak in a very short period of time. Now, to get the new one in, it's a little bit tricky, but we put it in, and I've got a nice smooth screwdriver so I don't cut it or anything like that. That's one that we work with all the time on the transmissions, and it's nice and smooth. There's no sharp edges on it. And we just work that into the groove. A little bit hard to see there. Just make sure you clean these fittings before you put it in as well. If we just work one side in and then just pop it in slowly, it'll go in. It'll look like it's too big, but once it's in that groove, there it is. Hard to see, but you can see the little brown seal in there. Now, if you're using a kit, these little spring steel retainers, they're contained in the kit. And what you do is you got to put one side in just on there like that, and then it'll snap in. These quite often fly out and you lose them. Oh, it's gone on the outside of it. There we go. And that's how it should be. You see there's 3 little points there, and that just holds that little flange on there and stops it from coming out. You can push it in easy enough, but you can't pull it out. And there they are there. Another little thing I like to do is get a very fine grit bit of wet and dry, and just give that a bit of a rub on there as well. That top one there, there's a sharp little edge. As you're pushing it in, you don't want it to scrape or damage that seal. And I'm not going to push that on, because then I'll have to pull that little circlip on, but they just slide on, boom, and they're done. Also a good idea to vacuum out these cooling lines, especially if there's been a bit of rubbish in the transmission. Thank you for watching.